seguir siendo Jayco en la inmortal hasta que se saque el malecón. Hasta que se saque el malecón.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a super exciting one. I was so excited for today's video and today's review. It is going to be a review on the Alamar Cosmetics palette. This is by Gabyteemua. I don't know if you guys know her, but go check her out on Instagram. I'll leave it down below. She is Kathleen Lights' like one of her best friends and makeup artist for her KL polish and all her photo shoots. She's an amazing makeup artist based out of Miami, and she is Latina, which is what this palette is based on. She is Cuban, so she based this palette basically on her Cuban culture, which I love. I am Puerto Rican, so I can appreciate another Latina's cosmetic line. I do feel like there's not a lot of Latin cosmetic lines, or if any at all. Maybe I don't know of any, but I love that she came out with this idea of keeping the culture in her cosmetic line. Everything that she did that I picked up is just so like tropical and Spanishy, and I love it, which is why I picked out this backdrop, and all the colors that I picked out today is just so tropical and it's so summery and all that stuff. So I just love the whole vibe of that. This is what the packaging came in, which is a pretty tropical, like it just reminds me of like Mexico, piña coladas, all that kind of stuff. It came in this packaging, and then this is the palette itself. Pretty yellow just look, and I love it. And here is the inside colors. You have 4 shimmers and 4 transitional mattes, and I just love the whole concept of it as a first palette for the whole cosmetic line. You didn't come out with like the basic like neutrals, black, cream shadow. You came out with pops of colors, oranges, reds. It's just such a pretty palette. So this isn't I wouldn't say, it could be. It's not really a beginner's palette. It could be if you're not scared of colors, but I do feel like this is more for somebody who either wants to try out the line or just loves color and loves makeup. And right now I feel like this blue is just so in, because it was in the KKW one with Mario, Makeup Mario. It was in the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. It's in the Shayla's ColourPop collection. I just feel like this blue is like what it's all about right now. I feel like just once Kim Kardashian wears one color, everybody just like runs with it and everybody just loves it. But honestly, my favorite color of this whole palette, there's 2 of them, is this really pretty, just like orangey transitional color. I feel like just this all over the lid with maybe smoked out with this would just be such a pretty like all over, or not all over, everyday, just walking out the door kind of look. And then if you want like a pop of color, I feel like this right here, it's called El Malecón. It's just such a pretty, like, I don't even know, it's what I have in the center of my lid right now. It's such a pretty like green, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I want to say like a really soft, muted out, olivey, goldy green. Like a sage, I don't even know. It's just such a pretty green gold. I am obsessed with that one. So you'll see in today's palette when I'm using this, it is such a pigmented, such a great, like such a great palette. So easy to use, so blendable, so pigmented. I just want to show you, like this is literally like one dip in there. Look, I'll show you. One swipe, just boom, just straight pigment. And I honestly love that. I want to show you guys my favorite color in the palette. This green right here. It's such a pretty, I don't know if it's even focusing. I do on the back of my hand. It's just such a pretty freaking color. It's like green, yellow, gold, just like all mixed together. I just love that color. But it's such a pretty palette. You can just tell that she's a makeup artist because it's so pigmented and so easy to blend that you can just tell she's a makeup artist. I feel like the best cosmetic lines are people who used to be makeup artists, like Dose of Colors, LC Cosmetics. All those girls, all those women used to be makeup artists of some sort, and you could just tell that they're makeup artists because it shows in their makeup. So yeah, if you guys are interested in watching this video, oh, and don't let me forget, we also came out with a brush set, which is funny because I typically don't like buying brushes that people come out with, unless it's like a brush line like Sigma, like when Jaclyn Hill came out with the Sigma lines, or like Gabyteemua, or all those people came out with like their signature brushes from Sigma. I don't mind it because it's a brush line, but when like a makeup company comes out with brushes, I don't really like their brushes. I don't know if that makes any kind of sense. But she came out with 3 brushes. It's called the Ojitos set, which is so cute. Ojitos is eyes in Spanish. And it's an interesting mix of brushes because a lot of people wouldn't think to pick these brushes, but again, you can just tell she's a makeup artist because these are basically the 3 main crucial brushes that you need. You need a flat definer brush to either carve out your eyebrows, clean up your liner, tight line your upper lash line, tight line your waterline. Just, you can use this flat definer brush for so many things, and this is honestly one of my favorite brushes that I always use on clients, is a flat definer brush. So now I am so excited that I have this one, and it's so cute because it's like a lime green with like a copper tone up here, which I love. It was super smart of her. Then you just have like your basic fluffy blending brush for your first transition, or just to clean up an eye look. We can honestly use this for so many things as well. People don't think about it. I would use this as well for my eyes, but you can use this for a highlight, you can use this for a sharp contour, you can use this for blending out your nose contour, you can use this for so many things that people only think you can use this for the eyes, but you can totally use this for different things. And then the last and final thing that she came out with, which is probably my favorite of the 3, is this small shader brush. But what I like about it is that it is so small, not too small, but it's small, so it's perfect to cut the crease, or even just like, it's just a perfect shading brush. It's literally the perfect size. It's not too big, but not too small. But then again, it's flat enough that when you cut the crease, it doesn't mess up. It leaves the crease very sharp, very clean, and very precise, which is my favorite thing about this brush. So yeah, I want to say that I paid $49, I think it was, for an eyeshadow palette and the 3 brushes. I believe this is $18 and this is $23. She had free shipping, so I want to say I paid about 49 bucks. I don't know my math, but yeah, I totally think that's a great price for 3 brushes and also an eyeshadow palette that comes with 8 eyeshadows. And they're honestly not that small. They're a pretty decent size. What I also like is that she named the company after her birthplace in Cuba, so I thought that's a really cute touch as well. Basically, my overall review is that I truly do like this palette, but you guys will see, I'm not just saying that, you guys will see in the tutorial how easy it is to blend, how quick this eye look was. For a cut crease, this was a super quick look. I believe I started this tutorial at like 3:30 and I was done with everything at 4:30. And when I say done with everything, I mean curling my hair too, okay? That's how fast I did this eye look right here, and it doesn't look like it would be that fast. And I even did a wing liner, so you know that's fast. So anyways, if you guys like this tutorial, make sure you check out this company and support her, just because it's a brand new company and I love, love, love indie brands. So I will stop rambling now. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that button down below before you go so you can subscribe to my channel and follow me on all my social medias as well, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And yeah, I believe that is it. Don't mind this gay ass backdrop with these wrinkles. I am learning, but I'm done now. So let's just jump right into the tutorial. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into things. I am gonna jump into this beautiful palette. I freaking love this packaging. Called REINA de CARIBE. Hopefully I said that right. I'm not the best Spanish speaker. Do you guys see these lines right here? It's driving me nuts. And do you see my light? Okay, so let's jump into this gorgeous palette. I'm not quite sure what kind of look I want to do. I am kind of tempted on doing like a cut crease with these colors and then making this an all over matte lid. But then like this color really speaks to me, and so does this one, and so does this one. So all of them do, so I don't know what I want to do. So I don't know, like, do I want to do that or do I want to do that? We're ghetto in this house, okay. I don't know. Okay, I want to do an all over cut crease, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna figure it out as I go. So before we jump into that, I'm gonna jump into some skincare. I just got my face done yesterday for a facial for Mother's Day. So we're going to keep that up. So I'm going to jump into this CELLEX-C Advanced Serum. Basically, it's a facial oil that has a fancy ass name. So it has this little like dropper. I'm going to take about 4 drops. Oops, I just made a mess. Work it into my hands and kind of just lightly push it into my skin. 2018, all about skincare. Okay, and I'm going to take the same brand, CELLEX-C Under Eye Toning Gel. We're going to go ahead and place this underneath my eyes. It's basically like one of those roller balls. It's a firming, hydrating under eye, you know what it is. Basically, under eye toning gel. And again, we're going to just push that in. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids, set them, and then we'll get started. Alright, so we're going to jump into the Alamar palette, and I am torn in between using kind of these blues on my lid, kind of like a Kim K inspired look, or going in with a full cut crease with this all over my lid, kind of blown out into these 3. So we're just going to, I know I want to cut crease, I want a full moon cut crease kind of thing, and I am going to cut it using these right here. So we're just going to do that and then kind of see where the look goes. So yeah. So I'm going to start off using this orange shade right here as our transition color. This is Cocoa Taxi. The names in this palette are so freaking cute. And she has a brush set called the Ojitos brush set. So I'm going to go into these in this tutorial. So first I'm going to take her first blending fluffy brush. Because this is going to be a full cut crease, I'm kind of going to blow it out and drag it out a little bit, but then curve it inwards towards the inner corner of my eye. This is only going to be an eye tutorial today because you guys see me do my face all the time. So I'm just going to skip over that and just mainly focus on this palette and reviewing how it works versus kind of giving you a tutorial on my entire face. You know, you guys see me do that all the time. So far I'm actually really liking this brush. It is a good first transition color. Kind of fluffy brush. I don't believe you can use this for like every eye look. Not every eye look, like every step in an eye look. I feel like this is good for like basically the starting color and then going back in and just blending out and making sure there's no rough edges. But so far it's super soft and it blends out pretty well. Dude, I so need to get a steamer because that backdrop is bugging the hell out of me. I ironed it, I dried it, I did everything I could to get it to lay flat, and I think I just need like more hooks to kind of pull it down. But I'm over ordering shit for it. I'm new to the backdrop game, guys. I'm new to the backdrop game. Okay, so now that we have blended out Cocoa Taxi, I think I'm going to go in with Cafecito right here. I love some Cafecito. And for Cafecito, I'm going to go in using a Morphe E18 pencil brush and just really begin to carve out that lid space. Ooh, buddy, this is a lot more pigmented than I thought. So go ahead and drag it in towards that inner part of your inner corner, like your inner lid space. Kinda in that half moon kind of shape. This palette is such a simple palette, but you can create so many looks with it. It is so pretty, and I love the pops of blue. I just feel like it's such a pretty, like, summertime tropical palette. Especially that this is owned by a Latina woman just makes me like so happy. You don't really hear of too many brands that are Latin owned. So I feel like it's an awesome thing that she created this makeup brand, and especially being a makeup artist herself, I just feel like everybody who's a makeup artist and decide to create their own line, it always ends up just being so good because you do work in the industry, so you do have an expectation and you know what you like and you know what you don't like, causing everything that you do to be so good, if that makes any kind of sense. Okay, so now I'm going to switch brushes and go into the shade Tropico, I think is how you say it. I'm not the best Spanish speaker, so just go with it. So I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's such a beautiful like red orange. And I'm going to take a Morphe, I don't know what it is. It's a Morphe Rose Gold brush, but the lettering went away. So I'm going to pick up a pretty hefty amount of that and go in and blend out that brown with this fiery red orange. I've been living for some cut creases lately. I mean, I know that I always kind of love cut creases, but I just feel like it just makes the eye look so like sleek and sharp. I literally live for some cut creases. So back into Cocoa Taxi with the fluffy ojitos brush and blend out that tropical color. In circular motion, just kind of working my way inward. I want this look to be very tropical looking and very vibrant. So that's why I'm going in with a heavy amount. And honestly, the pigment on this stuff, on this palette, is so good right now. It's like pigmented, but just enough where it's not too much, where shit's going sideways really quickly. If that makes any kind of sense. I picked up more of that tropical color and just blending out those edges. Okay, going in with Cafecito a little bit more and just recarving out where we placed it to begin with. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more just to continue to intensify it. Okay, and not adding any additional product to that rose gold brush, I'm gonna go ahead and blend out that brown again. Just in really small circular motions, not really picking up the brush because you don't want it to move all over the place. Kind of just placing it there and just moving it in circular windshield wiper motions. Okay, I think I'm going to take the color Guantanamera, I think it is. I'm not the best Spanish speaking person, but I believe I'm going to take this in between that red-orange color and the brown. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of a smaller blending brush just to kind of get in there. And if it doesn't look too good, I'm going to buff it underneath my lower lash line. Okay, it's a really pretty like fuchsia color. And I'm going to add it right in between that red-orange and the brown. Kind of on top of the brown, but a little bit above it. Just to kind of deepen up that brown. And we will go back in with that brown in a minute. Okay, so we're going to go back in with that red-orange, back with that rose gold, and go above that fuchsia color we just placed down. Okay, so now that I've gotten the base of my eye done, I am kind of feeling like I want to go with this color. I think it's called El Malicon or something like that. I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to do maybe like an ombre halo with one of these, or if I want to do this all over the lid. So what we're going to do is I'm basically just going to go ahead and cut it. Try that color in the center and then just see what happens, I guess, because I honestly have no idea. I like all these colors, so I kind of don't know how I want to go with this. So for this cut crease, I'm going to go into another brush from her Ojitos palette, and I love this brush. I haven't even tried it, and I love it by just looking at it and the shape of it, how small it is. It is literally going to be the perfect cut crease lid brush. So I'm going to go ahead and begin to kind of carve out my lid. Never hit the record button, and I went ahead and I placed that color in the center. I was trying to determine if I want to leave it in the center, if I want to do a halo eye. I'm thinking I want to do kind of a halo eye. So I'm going to go in with the deepest blue, Varadero, I think is what it's called. I'm going to go in with that right there, and I'm going to place that all over the outer corners of my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to go back into that first shade that's in the center, and I'm going to re-intensify it right here. And then what I like to do is I like to flip my brush over and go back in with that blue and kind of mesh those colors together. I'm going to go into the first color in this palette called La Costa, and I am going to add that to the upper part of our crease. And I'm going to just place that on the top part right here so that when the light hits this eye look, that's going to kind of be the brightest part of the eye. Okay, so now I'm going to go in to a smaller pencil brush like this, and I'm going to go back into Cafecito and just go back over the edges. Then I'm going to go in with my small fluffy blending brush. This is a Morphe M562. There's no products on it, it's just dirty, but I cleaned it off. And I'm just going to just buff it out. I'm thinking I want to go back in with that tropical color And I want to intensify the orange in this look because it's a little bit too brown for me. So I want it to be a little bit more orange. Okay, so that's basically the completed eye look. I'm going to go back in with La Costa, which is the first shade in the palette. And I'm going to use that with a different pencil brush just to highlight my inner corners real fast. So pretty by itself. Honestly, that kind of competes with the Jaclyn Hill highlighter in her palette. Okay, so I am going to add a wing liner, my lashes, finish up my face, do my brows, and then I will be back on camera to show you guys the finished look. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished my face off, did my brows, and added some lashes and some liner. And this is the completed eye look. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the bottom. So starting off, I'm going to use Remmel's Eye Kohl in Nude and line my lower lash line with that. So now I'm going to take the shade Cafecito, which is that brown shade right here. And I'm going to use her Ojitos brush tight line underneath that nude, really making that nude pop and shine through. Go in with this pencil brush and take that bright red orange that we used earlier and just buff out that Cafecito color with that bright red orange. Okay, so that basically completes the eye. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara, do my lips, and I'll be right back again. Alright guys, that completes today's makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me come up with this look right here. I am seriously so obsessed with this, and I'm so obsessed with how sharp the cut crease came out. And I am telling you, it's that little brush right here. It makes everything so easy, so sharp, and so precise. So if you guys enjoyed watching this video, let me know down below what you would like to see next. If you guys want to see another tutorial with this palette, but doing maybe a different look, leave me your comments down below, some ideas. I do believe my next video is going to be a review on the ColourPop and Shayla Makeup Shayla collab on the Perception palette and some of her lippies. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys thought, if you guys like this makeup look, how you guys feel about my new backdrop. And that's basically it. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. Hit that little button and follow me on all my social medias. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.